Alrighty, hello guys. It has been a while. It has been a while. What's going on? Into oil? Hello, Barat. Hello. Trading pennies. Good to see you, J-Rod. Good to see you. Guys, I'm sorry. I took like an entire week off. I had a little bit of an unfortunate thing happen on Monday, so I took a trade on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I was kind of taking some time off. I was like pretty stressed out. So I took like a couple trades from Monday to Wednesday. Turned out very well. Okay, turned out very well. Very profitable days. Unfortunately, I accidentally took a counter position on Wednesday. It was a complete accident. It was because of a I guess you could call it a bug on Tradeovate. So if you guys don't use Tradeovate, on Tradeovate, whenever you set up copy trading, I set up copy trading on the chart. So what you see here, I set up copy trading 5 accounts. And then my DOM, which I think I'm just going to stop using the DOM. On my DOM, it doesn't automatically update your copy trading. Even though you have the application open, what I have on my chart is different from like the DOM. Like you have to restart Tradeovate. So I like fixed up my copy trading that trading day, and on the DOM it wasn't updated. So I was in a position, very good position, was nice and green on it. And yeah, all of a sudden, like I was like, okay, I gotta take off. I think it was like 20% position size. So I was 25 micros in, I think, and I was just taking off 25%. And I used the DOM for it, and it actually took off all of that account size on one account. And I think I might have been taken off like 40% actually. But it accidentally entered that trade on one account instead of split across the 5. So it ended up being 4 accounts that are long and 1 account that was short. Well, guess what happened? I by the time I realized it, it was like, it took me like 10 seconds to realize it, 20 seconds to like figure out how the heck to fix my position. At the end of the day, and like I fixed everything. I was like, okay, we're good. And that day I ended up booking like good profit, and we're like well through the profit target that week. Take Profit Trader closed my accounts, all 5 of them, and they said it was for counter position for CME Rule 6, I think. And yeah, last week, basically from Wednesday all the way to the end of the week, and I'm still kind of battling them right now. I'm like, dude, like it was unintentional. It was due to a platform glitch. It wasn't like due to me like intentionally entering that position. I've been kind of fighting them over email to restore the accounts, because it was like, it's not a live account, it's not a funded account. Like they technically, I believe they technically don't have to apply CME rules to unfunded eval accounts, but I've been fighting them back and forth emailing, because I was like, I thought it was a little bit unfair because it was due to a platform glitch. But anyways, that's what was happening last week. So I took some time off, and yeah, and I was having issues with the platform and everything. But we're back. You know, I just reset that account. So I'm like, whatever. By the time like I end up getting them to do what I want them to do, or you know, give up trying, like I need to still, you know, trade. So I just reset them. So yeah, sorry I wasn't messaging or anything. I was just taking some time. Just had finals and everything, so it was a little bit overwhelming for all that. But yeah, use a good copy platform, bro. Yeah, I've never used one, so I'm not like the Tradeovate one is really good. The thing is, whenever you set it up, you have to make sure to restart or like restart Tradeovate, you know. So yeah, TPT I have noticed TPT is reasonable. Like I've had no issues with them. This is just the first time where I've actually had a lot of pushback, which I'm a little bit surprised about. It's the first time I've had a lot of pushback. I did have one other time where I did have a Tradeovate glitch that ended up causing me to blow accounts. It was like a legitimate glitch with Tradeovate, and it was I have a live stream where it happened live, where I legitimately wasn't able to close my positions, but that day I didn't blow the account. We actually made it out well, and had good profit that day. But I had a glitch like that happen after that, where my accounts blew because I couldn't close out my position, and yeah, they never restored it for that time. And so that was like, and the reason they didn't restore is because I didn't have proof. But I was like, dude, just look at the trade logs. Like, what are you talking about? You don't prove. But like, I don't know if it was connection issue on my part, I guess. Something like that, but I don't know. TPG just put a new system in to detect hedge trading. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. I have had counter positions before for like very short time, so I guess it makes sense. Back then I didn't they didn't close me for it because I closed them right away, but it makes sense if they have like a new system. But yeah, TPT, they've been a pleasure to work with. It was just a little unfortunate. Got glitches on Tradeovate and got recording of it, showed TPT, and they didn't do anything for you. They said not enough traders reported the issue. Yeah, when it comes to like platform glitches, kind of unfortunate. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to get them to restore you for anything. So you kind of have to understand what glitches there are and like avoid them as much as possible. But it is unfortunate. Which ones you using now? If you're talking about copy trader, I'm just using the built-in on Tradeovate. Like Tradeovate has like whenever you put the accounts, like you hit manage groups, and that like you set up copy trading through the platform, and it works very well. It just you can't really do bracket orders with it, things like that. J-Rod, so does that mean you had a short and a long at the same strike price? So basically here's what happened. So I forgot my position sizing, but basically let's just give an example of what happened because I don't remember the exact position sizing, but let's just give an example like right now currently. So right now I'm 25 contracts long, split across 5 accounts, so that's 5 contracts each account. Basically I had that position to the long side, and I think I must have been taking off 40%, something like that. So I was like, okay, I need to take off 40%. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to sell out of the 25 contracts I have. I was like, okay, I need to sell 15, or maybe it was like, I think it was 10. I was taking off.
Eds Williams says your market is very good.
I was taking off 40%. So I was like, okay, I need to sell 10 contracts. So what happened is I sell 10 contracts, but instead of splitting them across all 5 accounts, which would only be 2 contracts each, so I'm 5 on each account, I sold 10 on only 1 account. So I end up having 5 on each on 4 accounts long, and then I had -5 on 1 account. So it sold the 5 that I was long and then shorted 5. So it was unfortunate. I had to reset Tradeovate because changed my copy trading settings, and I didn't reset Tradeovate to make sure it applied to all the modules. And I entered the position on the graph, but then I sold the partial on the DOM, and the DOM wasn't in line with the graph. I don't know, it's dumb. It's an easy fix I feel like Tradeovate could make. They just haven't done it. Oh, which prop firm? I'm trading TPT still.
Williams also has a
So
market valuation.
I'm still gonna
elevated.
trade
There's reason
TPT.
for
I just
pricing.
haven't had any
What
issues with
constitutes
them.
ample reserves will
It's just
change
a
over
little
time.
unfortunate because they
Some signs
know,
that parts of underlying economy is not
they
as strong
didn't
as QQQ
restore.
data
I mean, we'll
suggests.
see. I'm still kind of in the emailing phase with them. I think I've had like 5 emails back and forth. Each email has taken average of 12 hours, I think, response. Several months ago, I was able to get communications back from them like within 30 minutes, but yeah, it was 100% a platform issue, so it was unfortunate, but it's like a known issue too, so that's like why I may not have, possibility of restoration, is because it's a known issue, and I knew about the issue, I just forgot that was an issue, so ended up accidentally doing a counter position. Happy Monday, Lynette. Good to see you.
Also, you had Williams saying very supportive of the US's.
Learn that it's better not to trade when there are known glitches. I mean, it's not that it's like a glitch that prevents you from trading. You just have to make sure that you like reset the platform. That's the only thing. Yeah. And the thing, it's like, it's an issue that only happens once whenever you set up copy trading. So you set up copy trading, you reset you like close the platform and relog into that, and you have no issues. It's just an issue that exists whenever you set up copy trading or change settings copy trading. It doesn't apply to all modules. It only sets it up for whatever you have, like you're setting it up on. So like I have the graph open right here. If I set the options right here, while I'm in the graph, it will only change it on the graph. It won't change it on the DOM. It won't change it on any other thing. But then when I like exit and relog in, it'll apply it to all of them. So it's just one of those things. Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, I took a little long here this morning. Made I think like 900 or so. And right now, trying to long again on this pullback. We'll see if I get stopped out. Definitely some, last week, definitely some crazy market movements. We had a big sell-off on Friday. I missed those last couple days of the week trading, but I mean, it's looking kind of crazy. It's looking a little bit bearish-ish. I don't know. We'll see what it does at these levels. We got a sweep under overnight lows, so I'm like hoping that that these overnight lows hold now that we've bounced, because we had overnight low here. Where was it? So overnight, right? It's overnight low, right? Yeah. So overnight low at around 25,131, which I haven't switched to the new contract yet. I think on the new contract it's probably 21,400 or something. But overnight lows right here. So we opened quite above. We basically gapped up. Gapped up pretty well, 300 points. Then big sell-off this morning of about 400 points, and big bounce off of that of about 250 points. So right now, a little bit of a pullback, and I'm just hoping that this overnight low level here holds. So that's what I'm kind of playing for the long, playing for the hold of overnight low, and come back up to this level, potentially push to intraday highs today. But we'll see. We'll see. For those of you guys that have been trading the past like several weeks, man, it was a tough past several weeks. Well, maybe not even past several weeks. I think, how many days is this? About a week and a half, or maybe almost 2 weeks. It was tough to trade here because there was no real hard movement upward. It was more of like a very slow grind. A lot of just like liquidation to the downside and then slow grind back up and making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. It's just, I don't know, interesting stuff. Like when you look at the seasonal movements of the market, on average, we should see a push to all-time highs by the end of the month. So on average, that is what happens. Based on, you know, different stats, we are looking like 2026 is going to be a green year. It won't be as green as we had like the past couple years. The past couple years have been crazy, but with how bullish the past couple of years have been, like next year, on average, we'll be hitting like a bit over 10% on the year. So like everything is looking pretty dang good. But that doesn't mean we're not going to see volatility. That doesn't mean we're not going to see big downside moves that then have big jumps and everything. So like that probably will happen. 2026 will most likely be a pretty volatile year. The fact that we've seen like such big volatility here toward the end of the year, you know, some people might say this big head and shoulders forming, all of that. You know, in January, February, we could see a big push to the downside, liquidate a lot of longs. That's definitely a possibility. You know, it'll be interesting. Hopefully it won't be too difficult to trade, but anything can happen. You know, the market evolves. You know, over time it evolves. Every year is different. Overall, the market goes up, but the market moves a little bit differently every year, and you kind of have to adapt
According to Interfax, Russia
to how
has
it
extended
moves,
diesel export ban for
because
non-producers.
you know certain strategies will not work for you know some years or some like
As a reminder, earlier on in the day,
sometimes
according to
you
Interfax
know
as
within
well,
the
they
year,
reported that
like
Russia
some
extends ban
strategies
on
just
selling
won't be
oil
as
from the price
successful
cap
as others.
until July.
Especially like when you get into choppy markets. You know, if your strategy is riding the trend or something like that, like it might be really hard to play strategies like that if you're in a very choppy market, because if you're like trailing stops and things like that, like you're just gonna get stopped out a lot. Right now we're holding past hour, pretty much just a bit of a chop after this pullback. See if it makes a lower leg. If it does, you know, this is the level here where I have my stop. This would be the level where stop loss hunt would be most likely. If it breaks below and stays below, then maybe bearish, but I'm thinking higher probability of longs working out here. Unfortunate, not the best entry for me, I guess, seeing that this pulled back a bit more. 15-minute orb also played out pretty well today. Went down to TP3. So not too bad. We had a lot of the tech sector sell off. Mostly just the past 4 trading days. It looks like, yeah. Past 4 trading days, big tech sell off. So that the S&P 500 outperformed tech past 4 days. See if tech can rebound. Tech is one of those sectors that I'm really trying to pay a little bit more attention to, at least recently, because there are a lot of tech stocks that, you know, they're seems like are getting a bit undervalued. You know, with the market kind of sitting stagnant how it is right now in the past hour, it might be a good time for me to take a look at some stocks, take a look at my spreadsheet here, and see open up my spreadsheet, see what stocks there are that might be good to buy. For those of you guys that follow the 100K challenge, I have not made any purchases last week, so I didn't touch anything. Just was kind of waiting. Right now, basically, I have 1 week of the daily $10 investments just sitting in cash. And I might just put into something today. Let's see here. Okay, Nvidia's at fair value, Adobe's at fair value. I picked up Adobe at a pretty good price, so Adobe pumped up a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, maybe I do pick up some Nvidia. I think Nvidia is super overvalued, but maybe I pick up some Nvidia. As much as I hate to say it, I mean, I feel like Nvidia could drop down a bit more. Let me pull up my while we're long on that, let me pull up the chart here. So this is the Nvidia chart. Let's see here, let's go to daily. So Nvidia had quite a bit of a pullback. It had hit its all-time highs, and then for the past month and a half has been kind of selling off a bit. This is sort of a little bit of a support level here, but Nvidia could potentially fall back a bit more. Could fall to these previous all-time highs. That would be where the really strong support lies, and that would probably be a good undervalued level to buy at, because right now we're sitting at 177. We're pretty much at fair value. 183 is about fair value, what I got calculated, and that's with extreme growth expectations. If we fall down a bit more, let's see here. If we fall down to like 155, let's say, it's $20. That would mean it would be undervalued by about 25%. So that would probably be a really good purchase price, even though I don't love Nvidia. But like right here, 155 would probably be decent. Let me actually, let's see. I'll fix up the graph later to make it a little bit more clear, but so you guys can see the price levels. I mean, I could bite off on Nvidia a little bit. Let's see what other stocks. There are definitely other stocks that are quite undervalued. Comcast did get a push recently. This is Comcast. Got a pretty good push up today, up 3.5%. Comcast, I'm kind of hoping it has hit a bottom, because I did buy a call on Comcast. It has been a massive downtrend. If I go to a monthly, massive downtrend. You know, got down to a level that's should be super strong support. Yeah, Comcast is bouncing. I need Comcast basically within a month to go over $30 a share, which is right up here. I think it's highly probable. So that call option that I have on the 100K account challenge, or 100K challenge account, should be quite a bit in the money and should be profitable. I think I need to hit 30, just above $30 a share for that to be break-even position. It was unfortunate the timing that I popped into it. I popped into it pre-earnings, so volatility was expected, higher options prices. and it dumped after earnings a bit. So if I go to daily, here's earnings day. So I think I bought the call option right here, and then dropped a bit after earnings. We'll see if this is bottoming here. It's hard to say because it has been a pretty big downtrend overall, but we do see a little bit of volume increase here at these levels, so there probably is a bit of demand. You can see here on the weekly, on the monthly, that there's been a little bit of a spike in volume. At these levels, there is a bit more volume coming in, so that's probably dip buyers. Here, dip buyers are coming in. So, I mean, definitely you can see that the volume has come up on this dip. So I do think there are some institutional buyers as well in this level, and we'll probably find that out once 13F quarterly filings are released. We'll see if any institutional investors are coming in at these levels. We'll see the reports, but yeah, I've jumped in at these levels as well. Okay, let's see. I'll pop back over to the main chart while I take a look here to see which stock maybe to pick up. The dollar the past couple weeks has been weakening a little bit, so that should be a good sign for the market to push up. The market kind of, or at least the NASDAQ kind of moved down with the dollar just a little bit. It's interesting to see. Like the dollar weakening should be pushing the market up. Okay. Just taking a look here to see see which stock to pick up. I don't know. Meta to me seems like a great stock to pick up, but on my calculations, it's just not undervalued. It's still above fair value. I got fair value at $470 a share. So I really need Meta to drop quite a bit more for me to want to pick it up. Google I'm showing as overvalued as well, but we already bought that. We got already, I think, a 90% profit on it so far on Google. So that one I already cut the position by 50% and holding the rest. So I'm fine with that. We're good on healthcare too. Healthcare actually hit some pretty good numbers. Yeah, healthcare hit some pretty good numbers, and we're up quite decently in all our healthcare stocks. Probably don't want to add any more healthcare. May get stopped out here. Looks like they're pushing. Sellers are pushing that level.
Stop filled.
There's their stop. Okay. So I'm just gonna wait this out then. Tesla has a good push. Tesla's almost at all-time highs. see, where's Microsoft sitting? I got fair value on Microsoft at $400 a share. They have to drop quite a bit more. Yeah. It's hard to say which stock to put money in as of right now. SMCI seems undervalued quite a bit. SMCI, they had some accounting issues and all of that. They fixed their accounting issues, it seems, as far as I know. They had earnings, dropped them quite a bit. I don't know, maybe I lock in some SMCI. Maybe some SMCI. Yeah, back Mustafa. Business lens? No, I'm not having any right now. Do I want some SMCI? Maybe not, maybe yes. I could go the safe route. I could actually add on to the T-row price position. I think that would be fine. It'd be kind of like a kind of like an ETF position, but with really good dividend. Let me just check what the dividend on it is right now. I started my T-row price position, I think at like $80 a share. Average cost $86. Dividend yield 4.8%. This one will track the market too. Be a super safe bet. Getting about $5 dividend per quarter. What the position says I got. I don't know, maybe that's not worth it. Man, okay. Or should I add on to Comcast? Comcast, I'm showing pretty dang undervalued. PayPal's looking pretty dang undervalued. And then my healthcare stocks are looking undervalued too. But the healthcare, I already have pretty good exposure. You know what? I think I'm gonna add on to PayPal and Comcast. I think that's the play. Okay. Get on the Discord. What's up, Mango? We're back, brother. What about AV Go? That one I'm not really paying attention to. It seems like it might be decent. Let me see if I have it. I don't have it on my spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm not even tracking it, surprisingly. Broadcom, it hasn't really dropped much. It dropped like a little bit. I guess it dropped a decent bit. It dropped like 18% from its all-time high. I mean, I could try to see what technicals look on it. I could do the calculations real quick, actually. Yeah, let me run the numbers real quick. Let's see here. Okay, UGO. Let me run the numbers real quick. Cody, what's up, Pasha? How long have you been trading? Seems like this PA lately is garbage. Huge sell-offs followed by 100-point retraces makes it hard to trade for me. Yeah. How long have I been trading? I mean, I've been in the markets for like, I think it's like 8 years now, maybe 9 years. I think 8 years. So I'm not like that crazy experienced, but like day trading, very, very little experience, like maybe a year collectively. So I still have a lot to learn, but like technical analysis, I feel like I'm decent. Drop like a rock. I mean, Broadcom could drop way more. Ended up getting another 1.6k payout this month, finally, after losing so much, been rushing too much. Hey, not bad, Mango. Not bad. Are you on funded or evals right now? I'm on evals, brother. Mir, long time no see. How you been? Been pretty decent, Mir. Not too shabby. Didn't really have that good of a month. Not very good month, but we're gonna make it. Been at this since June. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing about day trading in general is, like, some people say, you know, it could take many years to become like a truly good trader. And I honestly think it's the emotional aspect that's the hard part. Like, learning technicals, I feel like, is pretty easy. It just, the emotions part takes, I think, for some people it takes years. Some people that might be like very mentally strong or something, maybe it takes them 6 months. Okay, I'm gonna run these quick numbers. To see if Broadcom's undervalued, so 477. Okay, about 35% growth. I'll check their financials real quick. potential bear flag forming here. I'm not gonna long this, just say I'm waiting. I'm not in a position right now, Sarissa. Oh, wow. Broadcom's been diluting shareholders like crazy. What? How are they diluting shareholders? Dude, if they're diluting shareholders this much, they believe that their stock is overvalued. That might actually be smart. If their stock is overvalued, diluting shareholders is a good thing for the company. Yeah, I mean, Broadcom looks very healthy. Very healthy. Broadcom looks really good. Let's see. Yeah, they look very healthy. They do look a bit overvalued just looking at it. Just straight up, it looks overvalued. But I'll run the calculations to see whether that's the case or not. Okay, the free cash flow is a lot higher, so no margin of safety on that. Okay, so 35, almost 36% annual growth projected. Oh, wow. Okay, Broadcom actually, with the projected growth, is looking slightly undervalued at its current price. So into oil, Broadcom fair value for me is coming up as $387 a share. $387 a share. So they're about $40 or $50 below fair value. Today they're down about 5%. I mean, where would be a level Broadcom could go to? I think it might be potentially coming to decent support, but if it does continue dropping, I mean, it could go sub 300. It could go to 250 a share. If it does drop sub 300, I would probably pick that up, honestly. Even though they've been diluting shareholders. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna set up my text on the Discord. So for the 100K challenge, I'm gonna buy $40 with PayPal. Okay. PayPal, and then what was the second one I was going for? Comcast. I'm gonna add on to Comcast. Looks like there's some strength coming in, increased volume, everything. I'm gonna add into that strength. So Comcast, $40 as well. Okay. Okay, that was big volume there on that liquidation. Do we decide to go long here?
Order filled.
Okay, let's try it. I could trail pretty close. We'll set my stop right here. Back to these levels. So we swept, came up, now we're coming back up. It could chop up in here as well. Well, let's see. Let's see if this is a sweep. Honestly, if it rejects it, probably want to jump out. Because this would be, if it's turning bearish, this would be the rejection point. This chop area. Ultimately, if this goes bearish, like, I'll be targeting intraday highs. So like if it's bullish. If it's bullish, I'm targeting intraday highs. So like even if I enter up here, which seems late, like we're targeting 200 points plus. So maybe I should just wait for confirmation. Pulling back now. Yeah. It's the rejection spot. Even a bullish pullback could stop us out. Okay, on this bounce, I think I need to exit. Give me a quick bounce and I'll exit. I think I should wait for confirmation. It's not a good spot to enter. It's just the chop area here. It's not a really good spot to try to go long. Really want to get above that. Above VWAP to enter long, because then I'm targeting over 100 points. So let's see here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna wait for confirmation. Yeah, getting back above 25,200 is probably a good spot. It also triggered a breakdown signal. That breakdown signal already got 50 points. Okay. So that actually played out. Baby woke up just recently. Okay. Okay. Let's wait for confirmation. See if we can take along. Waiting for confirmation is going to be better than not waiting. Better than not waiting and then being wrong. Yeah, I think waiting here might be smarter because we have Friday's low here. That's like barely holding right now. And then we have overnight low right here that's just barely holding. By the way, this I completely missed this trade last night. I decided, like, since a lot of overnight trading was just like so weird. Some of the days were incredible, but some of them were just so weird. It was just like big liquidation and then big long, or just like a lot of chop and then liquidation. Just a lot of weird sort of trending, downtrending, then like slow grind up and then a little bit of liquidation. And then in the morning liquidation. Here, like grind up and then liquidation before pumping. Yeah, here's just straight chop overnight. Like overnight trading hasn't been incredible, so I'm kind of staying away from overnight. But last night was an incredible long. I mean, if you took this long last night, you should have gotten at least 200 points. Or at least 150 points. Yesterday's long was incredible if you took it. But as of right now, like, uh-oh. What baby doing? Yeah. Friday's lows and then last night's low. That to hold. We popped below multiple times here, so it's not like it's holding crazy well. Definitely popped below multiple times. We wanted to stay above. We want to see strength. We want to see bulls actually step in and sellers to kind of give up here. For us to really confidently try to go long here. So I think if I try to buy here for going long,
Fed reverse repo
I think it's a little bit risky. We just don't have the confirmation. This level right here, I think this is the level we want the market to get above, which is basically 25,200 on the December contract. Want it to get above that, and if it stays above that and looks good, then on a pullback, I think I take a long, breaking this level, targeting up here. Just it might take a little while. Chauhan popping in saying go long. I'm not convinced yet because I don't really want to just go long and then sit through drawdown. Risk to reward is good here. Well, I would have to risk almost 100 points. I'd probably have to set my stop down here.
Six counterparties take $2.601 billion at the Fed reverse repo operation.
I mean, you are right. The risk to reward is pretty good. I mean, do I take it long? I mean, I could enter actually a small position. So I can, I have to risk about 70 points right here. 70 points. Yeah, let's enter a smaller position. I'll long right here on this low pullback. I'll go 2 micros on each account. And I'll set my stop down here, which is from what I bought off. That's 60 points of risk, 65 points. So that is actually quite a bit of risk. That's $260 of risk. So taking $260 of risk here. Smaller position size. Now, if we get above 200, I want to add on here to full position and target up here. Do we have any type of news coming up here today? We got the NVIDIA summit, whatever that is, in about 42 minutes. Trump's going to be presenting a medal, I guess, in about 2 hours. And yeah, that's about it for today. There's nothing really today. Tomorrow, we got quite a bit of data dropping. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be data packed. Tomorrow and then Thursday are going to be pretty data packed. So we're going to have CPI on Thursday, unemployment tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to have PCE. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have quite a bit of data this week. This week may be... Yeah. This week may be pretty crazy. This week may be pretty crazy. Maybe a lot of moves this week. That's a wide stop loss. Well, I mean, where else do I put the stop loss? You know, where if we're going long, like, what am I gonna just put the stop loss randomly right here? If I would have put it right here, I would have gotten stopped out just now. This would have been like the smart level to put it. I mean, on this pullback, I could set my stop loss here. Let's see, 5-minute candles. Got a new 5-minute candle format. I mean, I could set the stop right under previous 5-minute candle, or I could set it to this one, which is 25-100. Yeah, let's set it right there, 25-100. Longs only for scalps, in and out fast. You know I don't play that way. You know I'm not an in and out fast type of guy. playing the reversal, yeah. But I was waiting for confirmation. That's the thing. I was waiting for confirmation. Yeah, that Friday red handle just looks ugly. Ugly, ugly. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was setting my stop loss down at this level. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, I think I need to set it back to this level. See if 100 sweeps a little bit. Overall, we want to see a higher low form. So we had a low here, a low set here. We want to see a higher low set. You know, if it sweeps 100 just a tiny bit and bounces, that would be perfect. Could front load this level just a tiny bit, just in case it does break that 100 level. Man, this was quite a sell-off this morning, though. Almost 400-point drop. Yep, and we're now below Friday's low and overnight low. We're back below. So that's not very pretty. Looks a bit more bearish. If we can make a higher low, it's a little bit more hope left. There it goes. Testing 100. Could add one contract per account here.
Order
Okay,
filled.
and then we set our stop. start curling down. Let's see. If it makes a lower low, I don't want to touch it. If it breaks this, probably breaks this here. Goes down to the 25K test. Okay, I'm gonna move it to the bottom of this wick now. Because if this doesn't bounce here, then I want out. Just reverse position. Nah. No, thank you. It's below 25,100. Little tiny bounce here, about 15 points to testing from the bottom. If it becomes resistance now, rejects under, and yeah, looking bearish. I mean, overall, it not holding this level here is overall bearish. Missed our stop by like 1 tick. Crazy. Some buyers popping in here. Just a little bit. New 5-minute candle as well. It could also go for the gap fill. That's a possibility. That would be about 130 more points to the downside. So it could go for the gap fill. That would be, let's see. Well, it doesn't show on this contract, but the gap fill would be from the contract change. So on this contract, that would be approximately 24,950, I think. Yeah, about 24,950, 24,970 for gap fill. That would be about the top of here. Approximately here. If it does go. Okay. Yeah, I think I waited out here. I just waited out because I think I would rather long than short this. So, what I was saying earlier about just waiting for confirmation was the play.
Venezuelan oil after tanker seizure.
Set that. Set that and wait for bullish confirmation.
Further detail into this, and Chevron lowered the price of Venezuelan crude offered to U.S. refiners after a tanker was seized by American forces in the Caribbean, and as global prices drifted lower. The oil super major sold a batch of Venezuelan oil on December 11th, a day after U.S. forces seized a vessel off the nation's coast at weaker prices compared than a batch offered on Monday, according to people familiar with the matter.
I wonder if I should like scalp too. Should I try scalping?
Order filled.
It's actually bouncing pretty well. Did a little tiny sweep here. Imagine it actually goes long here. It held this level. That's a big bounce. That's a big bounce. What's up, Lorenzo? That was some good volume there, too. Big bounce and then right back down. Wow. Shaking up everybody, huh? Pulling up accounts left and right. Yeah, man, it can be rough. You gotta like separate the emotional side from it, man. That's gonna be the biggest battle with trading, is getting away from the emotions. It's the biggest battle. That's literally like the thing that you need to figure out. If you don't like separate the emotions from trading, like you're gonna have a bad time. Been rough, yeah. If it's been super rough, you know, could take some time. Take some time reset. I took basically a week off. Rain MSB, what's going on? The PA is nothing but traps, long and short, massive dumps, and quick retraces. Yeah, I mean it's pretty nasty. It definitely is. Yeah, the market's been pretty tough to trade. Pretty dang tough to trade. I tried to take a quick scalp here, but it's maybe time to take it long, possibly.
Order filled.
Okay. Okay. Premature exit. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I was looking at the volume here. It was kind of crazy. I was looking at the volume here, pretty similar, you know, before potential reversals. So, I mean, let's see. I didn't want to be sitting there just watching it go deep into the red. Hey, what's going on, Aziz? Good to see you. What do I think about the market for this week? How it opened? It's a bit crazy. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be difficult to trade. But overall, like, I'm gonna maintain a bullish bias, even though everything looks bearish. It looks ugly. I'm maintaining a bullish bias for the next 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go with the stats. It's like a very high percentage of years the market ends up at all-time highs. If it's like near all-time highs like this by the end of the year. So we got 2 weeks. I'm gonna have bullish bias, basically targeting the all-time high and breaking that. So if there are like sell-offs, you know, on days like this, for example, I'm basically just gonna be looking for longs, looking to see where the reversals happen and going long. I won't exactly really be playing short. All-time high, not in this year. I mean, we'll see. We're literally only a couple percent from all-time highs, so it's not that far off. It's literally, I mean, what is this? 26,400. We're at 25K. So it's 5% off. It's definitely not impossible. And it's actually probable because there's a lot of historical data for how the market has moved, and it's just December has been bullish.
Secretary of War Hexeth says the US is to avenge troops shot in Syria with overwhelming force.
Also, the Fed is cutting interest rates at all-time highs, basically. That's all bullish. Like, next year is probably going to be bullish as well.
That's just Hexeth speaking at what, just putting a post on X.
That doesn't mean that the market doesn't dump, you know, for days or weeks. Like, it doesn't mean that the market's not going to do crazy sell-offs or anything like that. Like, that probably will happen as well. But, like, overall, the stats kind of back up that we're going to be at all-time highs. Next year, we're going to make another all-time high. All that. It kind of all backs it up. But as far as, like, intraday, like, this could dump right now. I'm taking it long right now for a quick 30-point scalp, but, like, doesn't mean that the market can't dump like another 200 points today. It could happen. But overall, like, I'm thinking the next couple weeks we're gonna hit an all-time high. And I'm only gonna really be going long for a lot of points only with confirmation. Not just buying and holding and hoping. Do you think Fed cutting at all-time high is bearish? Yeah, there are some, especially like looking at historical, the statistics historically. Yes, the Federal Reserve cutting is bearish, but it's usually the first cut. So it's like, I think it's like the first cut that happens in a cycle, the market has like at least like a 10% drop within a year. It's like, that's like the statistic, something like that. It's like there's a high chance of a 10% drop within 12 months after the first Fed cut in a market cycle. The thing is, we had our first cut over a year ago. We also already had our like 10% plus drop. So now cuts after all of that the data kind of backs up very bullish market with, you know, cuts following all of that. Because we already had like a massive sell-off when Trump came into office. We had like a pretty big sell recently. I'm not saying that like another one can't happen, but I'm just saying that, you know, the data kind of points to the upside more than to the downside. Even though like I hate that myself. Like I've told you guys, I'm a fundamental investor. Like I think the market's overvalued. I think the market deserves to drop a lot. Probably like I think the market deserves to drop like 40% even. But just because I think it's overvalued doesn't mean it's gonna drop because of me and what I think. Do you think the Fed cut affects much of the stocks? I mean, it's not it doesn't affect it that much, but it definitely does affect it, yeah. Because the more that they cut, the more borrowing power companies have. So growth stocks, things like that, like they're going to be able to borrow more money for cheaper prices, all of that. So it's like it's good for companies, you know, when borrowing is cheaper, especially for, you know, small caps, you know, smaller companies or growth stocks, things like that. It's all very good for them. Let's see if our 30-point fills here. It brought up my stop loss to pretty much break even. It's now in the green. Let's see if it can play out here. Little tiny grind up. Not exactly playing for a reversal here just yet. Just playing a scalp to the upside for potential continuation of sell-off. I'm not going to short it though. I am trying to take a quick long for a scalp with a little grind up here. This is a level that I was assuming would reject. I think it punches through just a little bit more at least. I think it could potentially punch through to 25,150, but I'm not taking that. Let's see. I'm trailing my stop pretty close though too. I'm using the 1-minute chart. So far it's holding moving averages right now. Moving averages are looking like a little bit choppy. Moving averages are starting to curl to the upside slightly, but that happened these past two pushes as well and then sold. So maybe we get one more quick push. Japan hike rates December 19th. Is it priced in the market? I mean, yeah, almost everything's like priced in, quote unquote. Yeah, like a lot of stuff is priced in the market. Okay, there's our little push. Does it fill our order or not? Three, 2, 1, exit.
Order filled.
Okay. Let's see. Now I'm just gonna wait for confirmation. I'm not going to short here. You can honestly short here if you want to. I feel like the short, if you're like bearish on this, like the short here seems like pretty low risk, because like your stop can be pretty dang close. You would only have to risk like 20 points, but I'm not gonna short this. I'm mostly waiting for signs of reversal to take it long. So this could be the spot where it reverses. Who knows? I feel like the short is potentially pretty low risk, even for like a 50% retracement. When all-time highs nearby, hope traders turn into exit liquidity. Yeah, or a bunch of retail shorts get blown. Because who wins mostly from the market hitting all-time highs? It's big institutions. It's not really retail. Retail doesn't really win much. It's big institutions that win, because who buys at the tops? Retail. Right now, most of retail is scared. Most of retail is bearish right now. So who are you going to burn the most by going to all-time highs? It's going to be retail. You think this the rate cuts can accelerate the AI bubble even more? Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. We could get another spike in inflation, all of that. In my opinion, we should see an all-time high by April. Yeah? Looks like a flag pattern. I'm not really seeing it, Aziz. I'm not seeing a flag pattern. This already has gone up too much to be a flag. Well, let's continue to push. Okay, I'll be right back.
Besson urges agreement on Pillar 2 global minimum tax. That's Besson posting on X. So Besson says, just commenting on his on the talks that he had with Europeans, that he says, I emphasize the concrete progress on EU's growth and competitiveness goal is of keen interest to the US. And as of this week, the side-by-side agreement for Pillar 2 global Pillar 2 global minimum tax.
Alrighty. So, this is now pumping a bit, huh? Pumping a bit, potential reversal. So, bearishness kind of disappeared now. So, on the 1 minute chart, we made a higher high. Think I might take a long here as well. Let's see. Average is 25,149. Okay, not bad. Let's see. Yeah, true mango. I mean, yeah, we definitely can. And I definitely would not be surprised if the market, comes down lower, sweeps lows, becomes super bearish. Like, I honestly would not be surprised if the market breaks this low and then pumps like for an entire week to the upside like crazy and gaps up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by any of that stuff. Okay. Let's see if we could take a long. Let's see, 140 maybe. See if we could get like another 10-15 point pullback. Oh, you're going short. Okay. Shoot, if I was going short here, or if I shorted there, my stop loss would have been here, so I would have gotten stopped out. That's just me though. I get stopped out a lot. Okay, there's the pullback. Let's get a little bit more. Give me like 140
The
and I'll
search
buy.
committee for the Atlanta Fed announced the start of search for new president.
$150 could hold though. The moment it feels like a breakout or it's going up, that's when you short it with conviction. I don't know about that. Do I wait for more confirmation? That's going, isn't it? Pulled back to 145. That was a good bounce.
Order filled.
Okay. Got the bouncer. All right. Let's set the stop here. Try to take it long. Oh, really, Mango? Dang. It's not like exactly a full-on breakout just yet, but it definitely looks like a little bit of a reversal here. So the full-on confirmation will be a breakout of 25,200, I think. So if it goes up another 50 points, I think that's confirmed reversal. Yes, I am long, Chohan. Also, we're getting a breakout signal. If it gets above 25,180 and stays above, that'll be a breakout signal on my chart, on my indicators. So I already got a bullish buy signal, and about to get a breakout signal as well here. If it gets above 180, it stays above. So that's about this line here. So sad. Why is it sad, Chahan? If we end up breaking 25,250, we can see bullish. And break down to retest 25,150. If we get up to 25,250, I don't think we're coming back down to 25,150. I mean, it could happen, but I don't think it would happen. Okay, a little tiny rejection at 25,180. So if it gets above, stays above, that's breakout signal. And the average move on that would be at least 50 points, which would be an average move up to 25,230, which would be right up here. That'd be the average move for a breakout. That'd be about this level, which was previous rejection. I'm gonna let this make one more 5-minute candle, and I'm gonna trail my stop to the bottom of that candle. Get your scalp and get out. I mean, I could, yeah. I could. But also, if this confirms the move, I have to stay in it. And potentially target at least 100 points. So it needs to get above this level and stay above. That would be basically the previous rejection zones back here. So if it gets up here and stays above, that's a bullish breakout. S&P actually already broke out, it looks like. S&P 500 is looking bullish already. The Dow Jones is getting there. What about the Russell? The Russell looks like it's gotten its bullish breakout. Okay. Yeah, S&P looks like it already did it. So NASDAQ's lagging just a little bit. We were trying to go into 1 micro, ended up going in 10. Oof. Yikes. And that's for the short, right? Rain, does Bullinox have activation fees? Yeah, they do. They have some of the higher activation fees. They have like the cheapest accounts, but yeah, their activation fees are a bit expensive. But like if you're prone to blowing evals, like they're good ones to go with, you know, because you'll have a lot of attempts to pass and it won't cost you much. Considering it's already gone down so much today, going short, it's pretty late. You already missed the momentum. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process as well. But there obviously have been days where the market just trended down the entire day for 1,000 points, but it's not often. But we did see that this year. We did see that. Friday was a downtrend of 600 points. This day right here was 1,000 points, I think, yeah. So, I mean, it has happened. Okay. 180 rejected. Let's see. Let's see if it holds. Short still okay. Well, good luck. If your short plays out, I get stopped out. It's never late. Price doesn't stop falling just because it already fell. Trends don't care about late. Chauhan, I disagree. On an institutional level, like, if the price falls a bunch, like, institutional buyers step in to buy at what they believe is discounted pricing. You think this will break 25,200? We'll see. Kind of coming right back to this range, isn't it? It could potentially pull back to 25,120 maybe. But that wouldn't be that good. I want 25,150 to hold. That was this previous bounce on 145. Now it bounced off 149.75. You needed to hit 25,150. Wait, you didn't close out for break even? You're gonna try to play for profit now on the short? It hit 150. Potential bear flag forming here, let's see. Okay,
Stop filled.
got swept. Made like $50. Okay. See how far this can pull back here. 180 failed to break out. That was our zone. Then if it breaks out there, that's a bullish breakout. Failed to do it. So interesting how all these lines line up so well. Maybe I try to build. Do reversals happen in one day without volume? Yeah, they happen quite often on the same day. They happen more often than continuing to the downside. Yeah, honestly, bullish reversals are pretty common. Like, very common. They're not, like, crazy common to break the intraday highs, but they're definitely very common to retrace moves. Okay, I'll build one right here. Tiny one. Done for the day. You're up 900 unfunded. Total balance unfunded is back to
Keep an eye on
2,500.
Tesla shares last up
This is the one you
3.7%
took
in afternoon
the
trading.
1,600 payout on. Nice. Good stuff, Mango. Not bad. Sellers took a control there for a little bit. See if buyers can regain control. It's back at that overnight low. See right here. It just now bounced right at the overnight low right here. So overnight low is 25,132.50. You can see it like bounce slightly right at that level. Let's see if it breaks back below it. Are you still holding? I just have one micro right now. So I'm not going full position just yet. I've only got one micro, just want to see if a certain level here holds. So 120 looks like it bounced. It's a good level for it to bounce because it was bounce level over here. So I just want to see if this level holds now, because then I think that's confirmation of reversal. Because we had this chop range in here. Chop, but a big sell-off, right? Bounce in the morning. Looked like potential breakout, failed back into this range, then failed below twice, and now bouncing off the bottom of this range. So I want to see if this holds the bottom of this range, because then I think we should break out. So I only took one micro here. And I'll add on with confirmation. Because one micro, even if it comes right back up to the top of this range, one micro makes a little over $100. So far, that was a good bounce, good hold so far. You're long at 155 with 3 micros. I have to take the loss if it breaks below 25,100. Yeah, I mean, you really want this 25,120 to hold. It's the previous spot that buyers were stepping in. If it goes below that, then yeah, probably don't want to hold on to it. I mean, I'm only in 1 micro, but yeah, I could set my stop down here for the 1 micro. That'd be about, that's about like a $50 loss, something like that. What do you think about grid strategy? I've never heard of it. I don't know what that is. Rejected off your entry. It's holding decently well so far. Great strategy is automatically buying every time the price goes down 1% and take profit when it goes up 3% or more. Ah, I gotcha. I guess that sounds interesting. Sounds like that would be a profitable strategy. The only worry I would have is drawdown. Because like with prop firms, I'm pretty sure with like all of the popular ones, like you can't hold overnight. So if you end up taking that strategy, on some days you could just get liquidated. And 1 in 3%, I'm guessing that wouldn't be intraday. That would be, or that wouldn't be the actual market movements. I'm guessing that would be like balance, profit and loss. But yeah, it sounds like an interesting strategy. I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I feel like that would be a great strategy for swing trading. Swing trading stocks and all kinds of stuff. Be in and out pretty quick. But yeah, for futures, it would probably be a great strategy as long as you have the sufficient buying power for it and ability to hold overnight. Because like I think that would be a great swing trading strategy. Because you would be like in and out of markets. You would also be like dollar cost averaging into dips and all of that. You know, obviously it would be like the best strategy for a bullish market, bullish overall, bullish trend. You know, the market overall is bullish and moves up, but I don't know, I like it. Yeah, a bit of choppy action here. Bit of choppy action. The best thing to do really here is just wait it out. Unless you're scalping, then scalp away, but I don't really like scalping too much. Only works with market that has a tendency to go up, such as gold or S&P. Yeah, Also requires big money, so you have a strong holding. Yeah, 100%. But I definitely do like the sound of that strategy. Definitely like it. I feel like this is holding decently well. It's holding decently well, no? You've tried it on gold.
NYMEX WTI crude January futures settle at $56.
Just an experiment.
82
Gonna
cents a
try to
barrel,
run it for
down
6 months, see the
62
results.
cents, or
Yeah, nice.
0.08%.
Yeah, I feel like
NYMEX
it would
diesel
perform
January
decently.
futures settle at around $2
I feel
and
like it would be
18
pretty
cents a
good.
gallon. NYMEX gasoline January futures settle at around $1.73 a gallon, and NYMEX natural gas January futures settle at $4.01.
Okay, see if it makes a lower leg here. I could easily get stopped out here, but it's only one contract. I'm mostly wanting to just stay patient here overall because we got an hour and a half left of market open. So I think the real movement might come in during power hour. So yeah, this is pretty boring movement in here. Need some liquidity for another leg. Pasha, do you follow any action theory, or Elliott wave? I did some research on not on the first one, but on Elliott wave. I did some research. I don't know much about it, to be honest, so I don't really follow it. Yeah. I've read up on it just a little bit. Should just call it a day. I mean, maybe. Price action's been pretty ugly. If it's doing good and has nice profits, I'll try it with a standard account. It'd be like auto trading. Yeah, true. Yeah, because like you could honestly just set like buy limits and sell limits. It would be pretty easy to manage. Because you wouldn't really even have to pay attention to levels or anything. You just set different buy levels and sell levels. You could set like trailing stop orders for your like buy prices too. If you're like doing the down 1% buy, you could set trailing buys, trailing stop orders for buys, and then you can set like just limit sells for the upside. Seems like it would be a nice low effort strategy.
Stop fill.
Okay, so there goes our one contract. All right. Let's see. Just tapped below there. Just slightly. Tapped below slightly and bounced right back. Big volume on that as well. Well, not big volume, but a little bit increased volume on that. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty cool strategy, honestly. Nvidia's selling off. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Nvidia's selling a little bit. Nvidia did gap up, but yeah. Doesn't look too pretty there. S&P's holding pretty well, but yeah, NASDAQ's selling off a bit. Is gold beginning to do its bullish rally again? I actually haven't been paying attention to gold. Oh, okay. Yeah, gold may actually be breaking out. Dang, do we long gold here actually? Here, let me open up. Let's see, GC. Let's do MGC. Is this the wrong contract? MGC. There it is. Gold's kind of looking decent, huh? Dude, I think I should long gold right here. Here, let's try it. This is micro gold, right? So I feel like the risk to reward here is really good. Good call out, Aziz.
Order filled.
I don't remember how much it is per point for micro gold. NASDAQ's continuing down. Yeah, I trade gold sometimes. NASDAQ's gone. Let's try 2 micros on gold.
Order filled.
Let's go 3 per account. And we'll set our stop down here.
Order filled.
Let that play out. Try to see if we can push it back up here. So far it's been holding higher lows. Okay. Can go back to watching NASDAQ. I got my stop set over there. See. Nice move on gold. Okay, cool. Cool, it's moving. Can I do split screen? I don't have it set up for split screen, sorry. I can just change back and forth. Well, let's see here. 10, so 1 point is $10 per account. Or how much?
Trump to visit North Carolina with GOP Senate contender on Friday.
Oh wait, 1 point is $5 per account, approximately. So a move up here would be oh wait, not $5 per account. 1 point is $50. So a move up here would be about $500 profit, I think. Am I running that math right? Or no, a move up here will be about $250 profit. Okay, cool. NASDAQ's still looking ugly. It's like choppy and kind of trending down slowly, bleeding. But gold looks like it wants to break out. Yeah, good call out on gold. Definitely good call out on gold there.
Brent crude futures settle at $60
See if gold can push up.
a barrel, down 56 cents or 0.92%.
By the way, silver might be a crazy one too. Silver's already made like huge moves today at least. It had a quick liquidation I think this morning. Or no, never mind, this morning it didn't. But silver may be an interesting one to watch as well with gold. If rates are going to be continuing to be cut, you know, gold and silver are going to move. Yeah, sometimes Aziz, not always though. Sometimes they both move in the same direction. Today, yeah, it looks a little bit inverse. Gold's slowly grinding up while the NASDAQ kind of slowly grinds down. But honestly, the NASDAQ kind of, if you look at it, really just stayed. It had a big drop and then it just kind of stayed in this level, in this range. But gold sold off and then very nice, pretty clean grind up. So gold intraday highs all the way up here. Yeah, gold's been a great one. Ever since gold broke this, I guess you could call it huge wedge. Ever since it broke this, it was just such a massive move. That's one that I was paying attention to for a while. Some of you guys like remember we were looking at the gold chart. And it was just like it was looking super bullish. And the statistics for gold is that it's like if you look at previous price action for gold, like it's over the next year, 2 years, it's probably going to almost double in price. If you look at like historical movements that are similar to what's been happening with gold, like when you get moves like this, like such massive moves like this, historically, like historically you do get pullbacks, which we got that pullback here, that 10% or so drop. But like when you get a move like this, it's usually a big continuation after some consolidation, which it did consolidate. And honestly, it didn't consolidate for very long. This was like a couple weeks, and then it's right back up here. But if you're looking at historical price levels and all of that, or price movements, like gold has quite a long ways to go to the upside. That one's probably a good one. Silver's a little bit more iffy, but silver with how it's been moving, if it does trace historical price action, like silver could definitely hit like $100. Like it's definitely going to break 70, I think. But Silver's like a little bit weird because like there's not very many data points compared to gold. So gold has a lot more data points. Silver doesn't. And silver had like 2 decades of just flat price action. So it's like now finally, you know, silver started moving, but gold has a lot more, you know, historical data and historical price action with it. It's a bit more clean to the upside as compared to silver. Silver, even with inflation and everything, has had times where it just stagnated for years and years and years. You think we're about to see a reversal? We might. We got 11 minutes till power hour as well. We'll see. It could be possible that gold and NASDAQ push to the upside. Silver's insane. It moves almost 3x more than gold now. Yeah. Yeah, so silver's been pretty crazy. Most definitely. Okay.
So just a
Gold
reminder,
and
I'm
NASDAQ
briefing this time Trump
pushing
is
a
at
little bit.
Middle presentation. We'll pop out the video on the feed.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go just 1 micro here on NASDAQ.
Order filled.
I'll set my stop down here. Looks like it's wanting to break out here a little bit. See if gold breaks out with it. We're up $100 per account on gold, on the gold trade. Actually, on gold, I think I can move my stop to break even. I'll move it, yeah. I'll move it to break even here. And they got 3 contracts on that one. Okay, NASDAQ came right back down.
We have popped out his video on the feed for you to watch.
Gold pushing. That was the first 5-minute green candle there on the NASDAQ. Would love to see split screen. I mean, yeah, we could try it. I'll have to figure out how to split the screen so it looks clean. There we go. Gold and NASDAQ. All things possible. We're long gold and NASDAQ right now. Shoot, now that I think about it, I hope that I don't think this goes against CME Rule 6. I'm hoping this doesn't go against the rule. If I'm long gold and NASDAQ, I'll be so mad if they liquidate me again and be like, hey, you hedged your position by going long both. Because this technically isn't a hedge. It can be a hedge in some instances, but I'm not taking it as a hedge. I'm legitimately bullish on both right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming it would be more of like me longing NASDAQ and then shorting S&P or something. Because I've definitely done this before. I've also gone like short gold and long NASDAQ too before. And I don't think I had any issues. Yeah, gold sometimes if it's like a nice clean trend, sometimes like way less stressful to trade because it just moves nice and slow, usually in one direction with not much downside liquidations. Sometimes it happens, but not as commonly as the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, I feel like, sweeps levels so often. On this push, I want to just make sure gold is not pulling back. I do have the stop in profit here on gold, so we should be good either way. I'll trail the gold just a little bit. Lock in 1 point on that. You should also trade gold in live stream, so more gold traders like you will also come and watch along with NASDAQ. Okay. Yeah, I'll figure out how to split screen it, and I'll try to see if it looks clean. We could definitely do it. I'm not against it. Okay, 4 minutes till power hour starts. Okay, we got our stop set, and yeah, I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. How are we looking? Did gold get stopped out? No, it did not. Perfect. The NASDAQ is popping up. Oh, a little too late to add in, aren't I? Okay, I might add on a pullback. It's a good push though. Trump talks in 3 minutes. Yeah, Trump's giving a he's given a medal. Some kind of medal. I don't know if it's like a Medal of Honor or what he's presenting, but he's presenting some kind of medal, I think. Okay, is this the pullback we want to add on to? I think it is. Quite a pullback though, isn't it? Ah, that's quite a pullback, huh? Gold's pulling back too. That is quite the pullback. Interesting. Interesting. So Trump should be speaking here very soon. Is this a better risk off before he speaks? Oh, I get stopped out of this one micro. Let's see. Gold. Bounce, hold there. Okay, for gold, I'm gonna trail to the bottom of that 1 minute wick there. Gold holding up better than expected, yeah. I mean, it's been making a series of higher lows, so that's why whenever you called it out, I was like, oh, I might as well jump in this. Because the risk to reward was super low. Like, I entered right here. It's like, I just set my stop here where it bounced. Long at NASDAQ stop at low. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I just don't want to trail like too far, but let's see if I long here, I could technically risk $500 if I go full position size. I think I have to set the stop down here if I go long. We're officially in power hour now too. Okay, we got stopped out of both positions. So we stopped out on gold in profit. Oh wait, no, we didn't stop out on NASDAQ though, but we stopped out on gold. Okay, I think NASDAQ, yeah, I think I'm gonna go full position size here.
Order filled.
Okay. And I'll set my stop down here. So I'm risking about $470 per account on this trade. And our profit target is like a minimum of 50 points. Or sorry, a minimum of 60 points. So I'm risking 50 points for a minimum of 60 points. So that's good because that's above 1-to-1 risk to reward. The gold trade, I'm out of it. I was just trailing the stop here. Gold probably moves higher, but I think I want the volatility from NASDAQ here on this long. Have I ever traded in silver? No, I haven't really. I have not. Okay, I think I'll set up my partials. So partials, see at 50 points I'll sell one. At 70 points I'll sell one. And then if it continues running, I think I'll sell one at 100 points. So each of these lines is 20% of the position size. Nice. Got out of that NASDAQ long. Good long. So if NASDAQ breaks out here, there is potential of gold possibly retesting some of these lows. So I would rather be stopped out of the gold long here.
Says US trade
the NASDAQ pushes.
Customs process amid tariff fight.
Jonathan,
So
what's going on?
Punchbowl, London is to meet with House panel Republicans Thursday.
Silver's just crazy bullish continuation. Yeah, I mean silver's been out of control. It's just pumping. Silver, like, yeah. I was watching silver and I was really tempted to take a silver position, but the thing is I would only want to take a silver and also gold position back when I was looking at them, which was back in June, I think, in July. Whenever I was looking at them, I was basically like, I would love to long these, but like only on a cash position, not with prop firms. Because yeah, those are ones that like you want to hold for months, potentially a couple years, because the return on them is going to be pretty insane. And yeah, the return already is insane.
Is to meet with House panel on Tuesday.
As of right now, like
that'll be for a bipartisan meeting.
I just don't have really anything to go long on them with for long-term longs. You're long on gold from 4303. Oh, nice. I don't think it's heading down. I'm just saying, like, if I trade prop firms, like, I have to be in and out the same day. I can't hold, for weeks and months. And, like, from the investments I have, like, I don't feel like really going long-term on gold that much. Like, I don't have much cash to allocate to a gold long. I would have to liquidate investments to go long on gold. So I'm not like that crazy excited about it compared to like my other investments. But like I feel like it's still a good investment, and like if like I was saying, if it follows historical price action, like gold's still got almost another 100% to go. Yeah. Yeah, if you look at historical gold movement, if you look at how gold has moved the past year, if it follows historical price action, it's probably going to move up to like 7 or 8K. Because how bullish it has moved, like the previous times where it's moved like that, which there's like a handful of times of the past 100 years where gold has moved the way it has. Like it's still got a lot to go, basically. And it got its pullback. So like historical price action, there's like at least a 10% pullback, and we just recently saw that a couple weeks ago on gold. So the pullback happened. Now we're bullish again, coming up to test all-time highs on gold. So like I said, the historical price action just yeah, it kind of supports basically another like 80% from where it's at right now. Imagine gold at 8K. I know it'd be crazy, but yeah, if it moves like it has moved in the past, like it basically will hit at least 7K. It would make sense too, because like central banks and everybody's been loading up on gold the past year, 2 years. Like a lot of the really big players have been loading up on gold already. Thank you, Lynette. Gold used to be 2K in 2024. Just within more than a year, it's already touched 4.3K. Yeah. And it's probably got a lot more to go too. Just look up the stats on it. It's very interesting. It's like similar with silver. Silver's just been a bit weird. Silver doesn't move really the same as gold, but they're both like one of those inflation hedges, you know? And like with the way they have been moving historically, when they have moved like that, they've got a lot more to run. Okay, as of right now, I think I could trail my stop to pretty much break even. I think I just got a trail here because this looks like it wants to break out. If it's a fake out and it comes back down, I don't really want to be holding it for too long. So I want to see this continue up. If it comes back down in this chop, I don't really want to be in it, and I'll wait for confirmation again. Gold's just stagnant for now. The bigger the market cap of an asset, the harder it becomes to move the price. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Aziz, in COVID era, gold was just 1K. Yeah, true. Do you look at supply and demand zones? I learned that at a trading school near you. No, I don't think so. I just look at levels. I look at levels, see like what the volume is at levels and how the price held. I'm not like an advanced trader or anything. Like I know how to do technical analysis and stuff, and I just like look at the basics, and that kind of guides me. Cause I think with day trading, like you can have the simplest strategies of anybody. Even like ones that don't have that high of a win rate or whatever. And like even with the most simple strategy, if your emotional regulation is top notch, you're going to do well. You're going to be profitable. You don't need like some crazy strategy, like knowing all the different advanced stuff, because it's like if your emotional regulation isn't in check, the most advanced strategies like are still going to be blowing accounts because people let their emotions take them away and they'll just end up over risking and losing. Because it's like, think about this. Imagine you have a strategy that has a 90% win rate. I don't know that there are even any strategies that have a win rate, but let's just say you trade a strategy that has a 90% win rate. And those 9 out of 10 trades, you know, you take your trade and you take your profit, right? And then that 1 out of 10 trades, you let your emotions get the best of you, your ego gets involved, and you're like, yeah, I had 9 trades in a row that I was winning. Like, I'm definitely right on this one. And then you keep leveraging in, and then you blow your account. So it's like, even the best strategy can't save a bad trader. Power hour, let's see. Let's see if we get a looky out. It's below Ponzi. Grid strategy has a 100% win rate since it doesn't have a stop loss. Yeah, true. Well, yeah, if you're going long on indices and have no stop loss, then yeah, you're gonna be at 100% win rate until an empire collapses. But as far as like intraday strategies, you know, you're never going to have really 100% win rate as far as I know. And if anybody does have a strategy that's 100% win rate, they definitely have not shared it with anybody.
Trump says he spoke to European leaders an hour ago. It's Trump speaking in the White House. I don't think the video started, but it should start soon.
Okay,
Trump
nice.
says
Good
things
thing that I
seem to be going
stopped
well in
myself
Ukraine.
out of gold. It's curling down just slightly. Or it's a good thing I was trailing where I was. I think I locked in... I think I locked in maybe like $100 per account. I don't know. On gold. It's not too bad. NASDAQ, I think I got a trail. So it could chop a bit. It looked good until I pulled back here. That's where I added in. But we really need to break above like this level here. These levels. Just still kind of in that choppy zone.
Trump says also
43 minutes
Germany, Italy,
left to market
NATO,
open.
Finland, France, UK, Poland, Norway, Denmark, and Netherlands.
Yeah, and actually, Aziz, even with a 100% win rate strategy, you can still get liquidated.
Stop
You
fill.
can still get liquidated with a strategy like that, because I just remembered leverage is super important too. So like on the example of a 100% win rate strategy, you let your ego get the best of you, and you're like, well, this is a 100% winning strategy, and you keep adding, and then you blow your account. You get margin called. So even with a 100% winning strategy, somebody that lets their emotions control them, they'll lose. So gold and NASDAQ curling down a little bit. We're in power hour now? Yeah. Yeah, we got 41 minutes left of power hour.
Trump says that the US spoke with Putin.
Could take a gold long here. Set the stop here. Maybe. Nah. Yeah, exactly, Z's. Okay, yeah. Good thing I didn't try to long that gold. Looks like both NASDAQ and gold curling down a little bit. I make sure to cancel all so we don't have those orders. Okay, gold selling, volume increasing there. Well, I guess we're break even on the day as of right now. Hearing a bunch of market sells coming in with Trump speaking. Does this visit intraday lows? Nasty candle on gold.
Trump says we're going to start hitting drug trafficking on land. If you just put a bunch of buy limit and buy stop every 1%, should be fine. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, position sizing, leverage is very important. If you calculate it all, you know, you can set it. But imagine you have your 100% win rate strategy, but your ego says, "Oh, the market can't drop 20%, so I'm gonna make it so that I can get into a max position of 10 or whatever contracts or however you have it set, 10 lots or whatever." It's like, oh, the market's never gonna drop more than 10% or something, you know? And you set it up where like you have your limit orders for the 1% drops,
and then the market ends up tanking, and then you're like, oh, I guess it went down lower than I expected. Well, and now I got margin called, and now I owe money to the brokerage. You know, that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's like during the really big market crashes, why like so many people are bankrupt, because they just like they over leveraged. They might have had like crazy good oh, this swept this level on gold. They might have had crazy good strategies, whatever they were doing, but they let their ego get the best of them and ended up getting liquidated. Okay. Let's go.
Order filled.
Trump touts drop in fentanyl coming in, says China is helping.
Stop filled.
Okay, NASDAQ position got stopped. Barely. What's gold doing? Gold got quite a bit of volume there. Yeah, true, Aziz. That was probably a good strategy. Alright, take care, Aziz. Okay, 33 minutes left. See if the market wants to do anything.
Order filled.
Okay. Let's try it again. if I get stopped out on this trade, I'm ending it for the day. Got 30 minutes left to market open. Market on close coming up in 20 minutes. That one will be a little iffy for direction. I would think it's higher likelihood to the upside, but who knows? I'll bring it down just a little bit in case 100 sweeps just slightly. I'll take these partials off. Let's see if 100 holds. Man, my last trade here. So this level needs to hold. If it doesn't, then I'm out for the day. We'll try again tomorrow. But yeah, today definitely a bit of a difficult day to trade. Unless you're like scalping or whatever. Like today you definitely struggled. I know I did a bit. Okay, gold's bouncing here as well. Ooh. Oh. It's right there. Oh. Don't fill. Don't fill. Be a miracle. Be a miracle. Make this the bottom right here. Look how close that is. That's one tick off. Bounced off 25.094 and I have 0.9375 as my stop loss. If this bounces hard here, I have lucked out a lot. That level I set there wasn't even like that much. It wasn't even really a technical level. I was just looking at the bottom of this candle and preloaded it just slightly. I got very lucky here if this ends up being the bottom. You kind of count that as a 100 level sweep. A little tiny one. Not a big sweep at all. Looks like it wants to go lower. So sellers are in control right now. They could bring it down lower if they want to. Okay, gold's fallen a bit. It's gonna make a lower leg here. What a save. I mean, we'll see. I could still get stopped out. If it makes a lower leg here, then we're out. I'll be done for the day. Definitely doesn't look very pretty. It could easily break down lower, possibly test these lows here. We'll see. Got 14 minutes till market on close, which is going to be that algorithm that hits 10 minutes before the market closes, which could push us to the upside or it could push us to the downside, or it could do both. So we'll see what happens then if we don't get stopped out just yet out of this position. Sellers are continuing to hold control here. If we can get back above 25,127, then that means buyers regain control. As right now, sellers are in control under 25,120. Yeah, I would love an end of day push, at least up to 25,200. I would love to see a push up there. I would also love to see a push and break out of that level, because I think there are a lot of stop losses here at the 25,200 level for any shorts that entered at these levels. Even just a push above 25, 150, 160 is probably going to stop out a decent amount of people shorting the market. But, you know, could stop out some longs too here before doing that. Trading pennies, you'd like the 25,285? Oh yeah, I'd love that as well. I would love it to come up here, yeah. With how the price has been, I don't know that it'll do that even into after hours, because I don't think we even have any earnings today in after hours. So I don't think there's really anything that can move it that much. Well, we'll see. Trump, I don't know if he's still speaking.
I'm not sure it means as much.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
Trump's still speaking. He's got a bunch of army dudes and chicks. A bunch of army dudes and ladies. So he's talking with them, I guess. I don't know if he gave a Medal of Honor to somebody. I guess that was the award, the medal presentation. Okay. Buyers almost in control now. Just hoping this holds the 50 moving average on the daily. The 50 on the daily. Oh wait. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, because it bounced off the 50 EMA on the daily. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, hopefully we'll see. Yeah, the market definitely stagnated a little bit, so. It did hit that 100 EMA a couple weeks ago with that big sell-off. So if we go to the chart here. So this, like, grayish line, daily 50 EMA right here. But yeah, it came, NASDAQ did come to the 100, which is this orange. Didn't come down to 200. But overall, pretty typical for a pullback like this in a bullish market. Here's the weekly 21 EMA. So that tested and bounced. So overall, like, we're looking pretty good. And like previous bull markets, it's typical for that to happen. So yeah, I mean, hopefully it holds. I mean, it could come down again, retest or whatever it does, like in the coming weeks and everything. But like I still think that at least for end of the year to, like, I want to stay more bullish than bearish. Because the data just supports all-time highs or bullishness for December and a year. And like with December and all of that, like we already had pretty decent sell-off started December. I don't know if it goes lower before we potentially push up. That is possible. I want to, like, be more focused on bullish, going long, whenever the opportunities present themselves. Today, like, I tried to take longs at like these different spots, but honestly there was no true confirmation. True confirmation would be a break above 25,200. So me, like, going long anywhere here is more of just, like, you know, either playing the chop or whatever. So it wasn't like the best really going long at any point in here. And honestly, even going short too. Unless you're like playing the chop and you're shorting the tops, longing what you think are the bottoms. Like, that's really the only way to play today. Hindsight 2020, obviously, but, you know, early in here, you could have identified a chop. So broke down here, got right back up in there. So like you kind of could tell it would be it was going to be a chop after this range here. Okay, is this it? 7 minutes till market on close as well. And I will be right back. Hopefully don't get stopped out.
Stop filled.
Alrighty, I got swept out. Okay, no more trades for me for the day. But I think I'll keep this stream going just until market on close, because I'm curious what happens here. Okie dokie. A pretty boring day. Honestly, it feels like so many Mondays are like this. Gold grinding up just a little bit again. Down 300 for the day. Not too bad. Yeah, today was difficult. Like, you know, spots where you're in profit, you just kind of have to take that profit. There's a lot of chop today. Sounds good into it. I'll see you tomorrow. Only 15 minutes left. Yep. 5 minutes till that market on close algorithm. Yeah, if you look at the daily chart, just like it looks a little bit ugly. And well, I guess today's low. Look at what it aligns with. So this red line is today's low, green line's today's high. Look at what it aligns with right here. It aligns with a previous all-time high over here. Also, I guess psychological 25K, but it's preloaded right above a previous all-time high. Interesting spot. Interesting spot. Sounds good into oil. Okay. Man, what do we really like look forward to in here? Like, we look forward to 25K holding, right? Had some pretty big sells. It was like we saw like a pretty massive sell-off over like several weeks, right? It turned into a bearish trend. That bearish trend broke, right? Broke to the bullish side, got a little bit bullish, and then stagnated up in these levels for a week and a half. Where it's just massive chop, and then started curling over. And we started selling off the past couple of days. Man, it's hard. Yeah. Past couple of weeks especially, a bit difficult to trade, guys. Very difficult to trade. That's why, like, when I took last week off, like, it was honestly kind of nice. Because I took some trades last week. The thing about last week is, like, I got pretty lucky. Well, maybe not lucky, maybe just like good trades, but like it was a lot of these days were just big sell off in the morning and then rebound in the afternoon. Big sell off in the morning, big jump in the afternoon. It was interesting, you know? And like whenever I came in, like I would, I'd be like passively watching the market. I'd be doing other stuff, but then I would see the market, like check in with it like every hour or 2 hours. And I was like, oh, okay, it looks like a reversal, you know? Like a big sell-off happened, and then like I see the reversal starting, and I'll be like, all right, I'll take a long here. Unfortunately, I got accidental counter position, which blew the accounts, but that's really the only way you could have traded the past week and a half. Because it was just like a big liquidation and then bounce, and then just chop. Like, look how ugly this is. Like, these 3 days right here, look how ugly that is. It's literally, like, stuck to this zone. And you just kind of have to catch the longs on these liquidations. It's like right here, there's a liquidation, and, like, probably a lot of people sold at this zone, but then broke out above, and then right back down into chop. It's just weird. Such boring price action. And then, like, from here, December 2nd, all the way up to December 11th, it's like it's still at the exact same level. And then, boom, Friday, massive sell-off.
10 seconds.
I don't know. It's interesting stuff, guys. So, market on close about to happen. Let's see what it does. I'm curious.
Market on close imbalance. S&P 500 buy side 738 million. NASDAQ 100 buy side 214 million. Dow 30 buy side 368 million. Mag 7 buy side 1.1 billion.
So higher buy side. Should I try to take one last one? Let's take one last one
Order filled.
on this market on close. Yeah, I'll take one last one. Put my stop here just for a quick last 10-minute push. See if we get it. If we come up here, we break even for the day. Okay, and I should also trail my stop, so I'll trail to break even here now. So now it's a zero risk trade. Let's see if we get that end of day push. Keep it trailing so we don't get slippage.
Stop
Okay.
filled.
We made like 10 bucks on that trade. Yeah, more buying than selling on the market on close. NASDAQ had the most selling though. Mag 7 had a lot of buying. There's about 90% buying versus selling for the market on close. Top buys were Tesla and Meta. And Tesla's in positive gamma, so it makes sense. A lot of shorts getting squeezed out of Tesla. Today was a contract change. Was it really? Thought that would be Friday. Oh, today was a contract change day, I guess. Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. Yeah, for a lot of people. It's not exactly a contract change because the contract ends end of month, I think. But yeah, for a lot of the stuff, yeah, it did change to the new contract. I think what, to the April one, I believe. Okay, 8 minutes left. Eight minutes left on this thing. Try for another. Three, 2, 1.
Order
Let's
filled.
try for another real quick. 13-point risk. Oh, it skewed all of your charts. Yeah, it does do that.
Stop
But like
filled.
the psychological levels, they still hold true. You know? Like even when the contracts change, like now on the new contracts, you gotta pay attention to the psychological levels. Because a lot of times they align with the actual index. Okay. Man, pretty boring. Pretty boring.
Trump says I recently spoke to
last
Putin.
15 minutes. Last 20 minutes. Market on close was really uneventful. Okay, it's breaking below 25,100 now. Stopping out a lot of longs. All of your major moving averages on the daily are off. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you kind of have to pay attention to the actual NASDAQ. But then like futures, the moving averages eventually like align. But yeah, 100% true. It does kind of skew stuff. Okay. Big volume. Is it going to get brought down to this level and blast this level through? Curious. Okay, last 5 minutes. Yeah, no more trades for me here. Too ugly. It's too ugly. Okay. Well, feels like a typical Monday, other than this big sell-off right here. If you ignore this really big sell-off right here, like this, just seems like a typical Monday. One clean move to the downside, one clean move to the upside, and then chop. Feels like a typical choppy Monday. Choosing direction. I may swap contracts. And then Q. I think it's H6 now, right? Yeah. Should be this one. Pop over to the new contract. All right. Well, that's about it. There's 3 minutes left of market open. I don't think anything really eventful is going to happen. It's just been a bit of a chop, mostly grind down, a couple fake outs. So we'll leave it at that. We'll run the outro here. Pause our lo-fi Christmas beats. And finish it off here. Looks like it's going to the 100 moving average on the daily again. Yeah, definitely possible. If it does do that, what level would that be? I think it would be approximately on the new contract 24,500 if it does go down there. That'd be testing these levels in here, so it's possible 100%. And yeah, we'll be paying attention to that. So yeah, it looks like 24,600 on the new contract. Yeah. 24,500 maybe. Anyways, appreciate all you guys for coming in, for trading with me. Maybe you didn't trade today. If you didn't, it might have been a smart thing to do. Today was definitely not the prettiest to trade.
Praising on stock market gains.
Yeah, every single day is a new day, so we have plenty of opportunities to make it or break it every single day. If you didn't, get any good trades today, that's okay. There are days like this. The past couple of weeks have been like this. So sometimes when you start noticing that the market is moving like this, which, past couple of days, it's been pretty obviously to the downside, but when you see something like this happening where it's just major grind, you know what? It might be better to just sit out of the market. If you're on funded accounts, especially, guys, if you got funded accounts and you're not feeling confident in your trades, don't even trade. Legitimately. If you got take profit trader funded accounts, you do not have to pay monthly fees on them. You don't have to pay anything. You can just sit on them and not do anything, not take any trades. You can sit passively and then only take one trade a week if you see like a super obvious one. And don't blow your accounts if you are unaware of what to do. This is game of patience, game of controlling emotions.
That concludes
So
Tropical
stay
News
safe out
from the
there.
Oval Office.
Don't trade if you don't feel comfortable
So
with
around later on,
price
he is
action.
due to be holding
All right.
Christmas
I appreciate you guys. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for New York session. Y'all take care and good luck out there.